if you are new to this channel and are a fan of anime and Dragon Ball, then don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. With Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 47 on the horizon, the Planet Eater and main antagonist of the Galactic Patrol prisoner arc, Moro, is seemingly getting more powerful as each chapter progresses, while our heroes Goku and Vegeta seem to be staggering behind. And with Majin Buu having to be one of the primary focuses of this manga arc, the question that lingers within the Dragon Ball community is what exactly is Majin Buu going to do, or more or less what is Majin Buu capable of in doing, in not only being the deciding factor in which results in Moro having to be apprehended and or defeated in this arc, but it more or less also begs the question, what exactly can Majin Buu do against Moro, a character in which has not only been shown to completely and utter dismember Goku and Vegeta, but also going as far as to tell them that they never stood a chance against them to begin with. I do believe that when looking at this narrative objectively, Majin Buu's main purpose in this arc is to allow the Galactic Patrol to free the Grand Supreme Kai or Daikaio within Majin Buu, as they do require his specialty in what he had done 10 million years ago to put Moro away just as he had done before. But the question lingers, what if they can't get the Grand Supreme Kai out of Majin Buu's body? What if it's already too late? Is Majin Buu capable enough in holding his own against Moro? I think the answer to that question is yes. Not in terms of strength, but in terms of magic. Majin Buu possesses a very interesting trait when it comes to his magical abilities, in not only being able to regenerate himself, heal other people when of course they're required to be healed, turning people into candy, and even going as far as to absorb people. I also do believe that Moro, with his own magical abilities, is not only very formidable when it comes to battle in and of itself, but I do think if it does come down to Majin Buu versus Moro, it's going to come down to magic versus magic instead of strength versus power. And one of the many reasons for that is because Majin Buu is able to nullify many attacks, many techniques, and Majin Buu himself also possesses very interesting abilities himself that could end up giving Goku and Vegeta the upper hand in their attempts of finally defeating Moro. Now, one of the ideas they could end up going with here is allowing Majin Buu to help restore Goku and Vegeta's power. Now, in Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 46, we saw one of the younger Namekian children temporarily restore partial power to Goku and Vegeta, but unlike Dende, wasn't able to fully heal Goku and Vegeta in allowing them to come back in the fight against Moro. Majin Buu, however, was shown to possess abilities to be able to fully restore one's power. So I do think that by further capitalizing on the Majin Buu character, what they could end up going with here is allowing Majin Buu to fully restore Goku and Vegeta's powers, and if by some chance Moro is still able to defeat Goku and Vegeta after their powers have been recovered, Majin Buu can ultimately still be there to aid them if of course the chips are down. And with that being said, with a fully recovered Goku and Vegeta, potentially what we could end up seeing in the manga is Super Saiyan Blue evolution having to return alongside Mastered Super Saiyan Blue, as we've seen Goku use and dish out against Merge Zamasu and Jiren in the Dragon Ball Super manga. As of course many people already know, Kaioken is not an adaptable factor in the Dragon Ball Super manga, so most likely what we could end up seeing here is Super Saiyan Blue evolution and Mastered Super Saiyan Blue be a thing, considering the fact that Moro is still very much more powerful than Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, so Goku and Vegeta are going to be required to tap into more of their power in order to fully have an effect in putting someone like Moro down. Now, in terms of freeing the Grand Supreme Kai, I do think that if the opportunity were to be presented in seeing the Daikaio, also known as the Grand Supreme Kai, actually teaming up with Majin Buu alongside Goku and Vegeta and taking down Moro would be the ideal situation. Why? Because we have two characters that are primarily dictated on strength and power, while the other two could idly stand by in using their magics to aid Goku and Vegeta. Picture that, Goku and Vegeta versus Moro, with the Daikaio and Majin Buu having to be on the sidelines assisting further in using their magic. And with that, by having Majin Buu and the Daikaio work together, together would not only be revolutionary in knowing the fact that at one point Majin Buu had fought against the Kais, but now in today's day and age is working alongside with one to fight off against the common enemy. That in and of itself is great, and considering Majin Buu's increase in power since the Dragon Ball Super Universe 7 versus Universe 6 arc going into the Goku Black arc and then finally the Tournament of Power, we've seen what Majin Buu was able to do against a base Goku as he was training alongside with him on Earth. So my conclusion is, if this is the chance that Dragon Ball Super wants to go along with in freeing the Daikaio, what they could ultimately end up doing with here is giving Majin Buu the exact similar look they gave him in Dragon Ball Super in his skinny form, as of course what allows Majin Buu to stay in the current form that he is in is the actual Daikaio in his body. So I think it would be a really cool thing to not only have the Daikaio freed from Majin Buu's body, but also see Majin Buu adapt a very similar body to what we've seen prior to the Tournament of Power. A skinnier Super Buu-like character, as even though I don't think he would be as strong as, let's say, Super Saiyan Blue, seeing a skinnier Majin Buu fight against Moro temporarily and holding him back would be a very good thing. But then we have to ask ourselves, where do we go from here? If they do end up freeing the Daikaio, and if Majin Buu ends up changing his body, either becoming skinnier or staying the same, where do we go from there? Given the fact that Majin Buu's magic would be very useful in the idea that he could also try to absorb Moro, but then that begs the question, could Moro do the same thing that Vegeta did in Super Buu's body in creating a force field or shield to keep him from being prevented in fully being absorbed by Majin Buu? I think that would be the case, considering the fact that Moro is being portrayed as a very clever and devious warlock slash magician character. So no, I don't see Majin Buu being able to fully absorb Moro, because I'm fairly certain that if Majin Buu is able to trap Moro within his own body and attempt to absorb him, I do think that in some way, shape, or form, Moro can simply counter that. However, what's interesting about Majin Buu is, just as we've seen during the battle against Kid Buu, Majin Buu can easily make copies of himself if, of course, he's blown to bits. He could act as a force field and or shield to Goku and Vegeta. So of course, while Moro tries to manipulate and steal in Genki, using the planet's very own core energy to his advantage, I do think that what Majin Buu may end up doing here is playing the role of the guardsman as Goku and Vegeta go in for the kill, because by the end of all of this, if the Daikaio is freed from Majin Buu's body, and if he's able to do the exact same thing he did 10 million years ago in disabling Moro's magic, revoking his powers from him, creating an opening to where Goku and Vegeta defeat him, I do think that the only other alternative aside from that happening is going to be Majin Buu playing the role of the shield, as he is going to be the one that's going to take all the heavy hits for Goku and Vegeta, possibly even healing them, giving them special abilities and or hacks that can prevent Moro from possibly even stealing their energy, because going forward, if Goku and Vegeta do get an increase in power and have their full powers be restored to them, I do think that Moro would try to take that from them. But that all depends on whether or not Moro is able to use the Namekian Dragon Balls in granting his wish. If he were to do that, I do think that what they could end up doing here is reversing the wish by allowing Porunga to not do what Moro asks for the dragon to do and simply having to turn the tides on him. Regardless of the situation, I don't see Goku, I don't see Vegeta, I don't see Majin Buu, and I don't see the Daikaio beating Moro as individual characters. What I do think might end up happening here is that if they're going to defeat him or kill him by some chance, it's going to be as a result of it being a group effort. Everyone working together for a common cause in taking this guy down. Anything outside of that, I probably don't see happening, but this is the best opportunity that we have right now for Majin Buu to actually do something. He was inactive during Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, having a brief moment against Beerus. He was inactive against Universe 6 during the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament. He was completely inactive during the Goku Black arc, and for the most part, completely inactive during the Tournament of Power. So if this gives us a chance to see Majin Buu shine, not as a primary character per se, but acting as a very strong secondary to Goku and Vegeta, would be better than Majin Buu having to simply sit around and sleep for no reason. Keep in mind, if Bulma and Hercule also end up going to New Planet Planet Namek, and if in some way, shape, or form Hercule's life is put on the line as Moro attempts to steal his energy and killing him too, that could ultimately be Majin Buu's trigger in seeing Hercule, in seeing Mr. Satan, his best friend, be hurt by the hands of this person. I do think would give Majin Buu more of a reason to step in, if not more or less helping Goku and Vegeta, than simply having to help his best friend Hercule. And if something were to happen to him, I do think it would set Majin Buu off to the point where we would see a very enraged and possibly very dangerous Majin Buu if something were to happen to Hercule as a direct result from Moro. So I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. What are your overall thoughts on Majin Buu, Daikaio, Goku, and Vegeta? Is there a possible chance for us to see Majin Buu use his magical abilities, use his healing factor, use his regeneration in helping Goku and Vegeta put this guy down? Or is it possible that Moro's magic could simply be even stronger than Buu's to where he completely overtakes him? And if the Daikaio, when the Daikaio is freed from Buu's body, does this mean that Majin Buu is going to change? And if he does, what would you guys like for him to look like? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, if you guys are new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then don't forget to go ahead and punch that subscribe button, slap a like down below if you guys are excited for Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 47. I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below because, believe it or not, I do want to see Majin Buu in action, and I don't think that Majin Buu is going to absorb Moro in turning into some Majin Goat, nor do I think that we're going to see any other secondary character appear. Unfortunately, Piccolo would have been a great addition in this, but I do think the key to defeating Moro is Majin Buu and the Daikaio. Otherwise, there would be no emphasis in the very beginning of this entire arc for there to be an involvement for Majin Buu or the Daikaio if they weren't planning on executing those characters and furthering the narrative. So I do think that by the end of this, Majin Buu will do something, as will Daikaio, that will create an opening for Goku and Vegeta to finally put this dude down. So I want to get your thoughts down below, guys. Thank you all once more for watching, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and all his social media platforms. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can be the first to know every time that he uploads a new video.
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god!
The fuck's up? On, put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes, but Jesus Christ, that's huge!